Let's get started with all the political action here in the national capital. All eyes are on Rajasthan Chief Minister Vasundhara Raje, who arrived in Delhi from Jaipur this morning to attend the Niti Aayog meeting. She landed in Delhi some time ago and headed straight to Rajasthan Bhavan. She has now arrived at Yojana Bhavan for that Niti Aayog meeting to be chaired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. But besides attending the Niti Aayog meeting, she is also likely to meet the BJP top brass in Delhi, of course, to discuss the Lalit Modi Rao present her side on this entire controversy. The opposition, though, continues to mount pressure on the BJP for her resignation in connection with the revelations made by former IPL czar Lalit Modi that Vasundhara secretly endorsed his stay in the UK after his passport was revoked. In fact, amidst the growing controversy, Raje cancelled a scheduled London visit from 27th of June to 2nd July last week to attend this Niti Aayog meeting, but speculations were abound if Vasundhara would indeed come or not after that late night meeting between Amit Shah and Narendra Modi. Though the final decision was taken, these visuals on your television screens are of Vasundhara Raje's motorcade as she headed out from Delhi's IGI airport, but she's actually now reached Niti Aayog where that meeting is just about to get underway. So these visuals from a short time back, of course, our camera teams following Vasundhara Raje's motorcade, media persons there trying to ask a question to her as she came out of the IGI airport. Our colleague Mausami Singh also tried shooting a question to her, but clearly she was in no mood to face the cameras, and Vasundhara Raje's motorcade moved on towards Rajasthan Bhavan, and then she has now reached the Yojana Bhavan for Niti Aayog meeting. Our correspondent Mausami Singh tried speaking to Vasundhara Raje as she came out of that IGI airport terminal. Let's take a look at the report that she sent.
Rajasthan CM Vasundhara Raje landing in Delhi, ma'am. Prime Minister, have you spoken to the Prime Minister, ma'am? So clearly Vasundhara Raje there leaving from the IGI airport amidst all the allegations and counter allegations. It was not clear whether Vasundhara would come to Delhi to attend the Niti Aayog meeting. Late in the night, after Amit Shah had a meeting with the Prime Minister, Vasundhara lands in Delhi with the opposition asking for her to be sacked by the Prime Minister. This is a clear indication that she is being backed by the BJP and none other than the Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The first big controversy that has hit the NDA government, and clearly the NDA here backing Vasundhara Raje, though she did not reply to any questions of the media. With camera person Madan, this is Mausami Singh in Delhi for India Today.
Okay, and let's get you up to date with what is happening now. Gaurav Sawant, my colleague, joins us, of course, from outside of Niti Aayog meeting in Yojana Bhavan, and Sanket Upadhyay, senior news editor, joining us from Jaipur, outside of Vasundhara Raje's residence. Gaurav, you know, Vasundhara, of course, dodged media cameras, be it at the Jaipur residence or at the IGI airport. I believe she's reached Niti Aayog now. Did you manage to catch a glimpse of her? What was the body language all about? Any chance of media getting any on record or off record comment from her yet?
Not as yet. In fact, all the other chief ministers who came, whether it was the chief minister of Madhya Pradesh or Nagaland or Jharkhand, all of them took this main entrance of Niti Aayog, but not Vasundhara Raje. The Rajasthan chief minister did not take the main entrance at all. She took one of the side entrances. She ducked all television cameras and went straight in. So she is not talking to the journalists just as yet. And this is not a meeting that is being chaired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. This is a subcommittee meeting which is being chaired by the Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan, which is to review some of the decisions that had been taken and the progress so far in some of these cases. So Prime Minister Narendra Modi is not coming here just as yet.
Okay.
As far as her meetings after this are concerned, that is more important when she meets the party leadership after this meeting here.
Thanks for the clarification, Gaurav. I'll come back to you. But, you know, Sanket, what is the sense that you're getting from Jaipur now? Do you also learn if Vasundhara is coming back to Jaipur this evening itself, or is she going to be in Delhi now, maybe perhaps going into all those explanations and the party also strategizing for the future course?
Well, there is absolutely no clarity whether she is going to stay the night over in Delhi or going to come back to Jaipur. Initially, the plan was of a 2-day, 1-night stay in Delhi, but there's very little knowledge whether that is actually going to be the case. In the meanwhile, Smita, what Vasundhara has actually done here in Rajasthan is that while she is away in Delhi, she has left 2 of her trusted lieutenants to actually continue coordinating with all the MLAs as well as local leaders to garner support in her favor.
That's very interesting. Sanket, stay with us. I'll come back to you, but there's some breaking news coming in. Sources have told India Today that the BJP has apparently gone through all the documents in the Vasundhara Raje case. And what sources tell us that the BJP finds no illegality in all of these documents. So the BJP top brass has decided that she will stay on as the Rajasthan Chief Minister. And her coming to Niti Aayog is a sign that the Prime Minister himself is backing her on this controversy. Let's cut across to consulting editor Rajdeep Sardesai, who joins us with more details. Rajdeep, take us through the sequence of events and, what really is the BJP's point of view that it's trying to bring forward at this point?
Smita, ever since Arun Jaitley landed in Delhi 36 hours ago from his foreign visit, the BJP has put him in charge of examining the legal case which had been built against Vasundhara Raje. The fact that she had signed as a witness in London in a UK court to benefit Lalit Modi, the fact that there were these transactions that she and in particular her son's company had entered into with Lalit Modi. He was asked to go through these documents by the Prime Minister and Amit Shah and brief them as to whether he felt there was prima facie illegality. And the report that he seems to have sent to the Prime Minister suggests that he hasn't seen any prima facie illegality. In fact, they claim that the hotel transactions in particular, which the Congress raised yesterday, do not suggest any round-tripping or illegality in terms of money transactions between Lalit Modi and Vasundhara Raje and her son. Instead, they suggest that the property was, if anything, undervalued, is what has been suggested to the BJP top leadership. Now, given that, unless some fresh documents come out, the BJP seems to believe that the documents that have been made available so far do not suggest illegality. Even on the witness issue, they say the fact that Vasundhara did not go herself to the court means that her presence was only notional and her signature had no real value in the UK court in Lalit Modi's deportation case. So clearly Vasundhara Raje seems to have now got the endorsement of the top BJP leadership, which is why she has come for this Niti Aayog meeting. I think that's the first clear sign that the BJP doesn't intend to act against her for now.
But Rajdeep, just when, of course, Arun Jaitley was in the US last week, he came out with that statement wherein he said that these are commercial transactions, whatever happened between Lalit Modi and Dushyant Raje, seeming to suggest that he was giving a clean chit in a sort of way. The next day itself, when asked by media those sharp questions, he seemed to clarify that no, I have given no clean chit. I only suggested that the assessing authorities will continue with their probe. And now this suggestion that he comes up with, of course, to the Prime Minister. Is this a tricky situation that is leading to sort of these inconsistencies in his statements?
Look, I think, Smita, the confusion is clear in the BJP ranks. The fact is that at one level, the BJP is aware that they are losing the perception battle at a time when the party and the Prime Minister in particular has claimed that there isn't a single taint against his government of any kind. So there was that concern, and that concern still remains, particularly ahead of the monsoon session, which is likely to get washed out now. But at the same time, the party or a large section of the party believes that Vasundhara was being subject, in their words, to a trial by media and the trial by the Congress. And I think the fear was that if Vasundhara was asked to step down, then the opposition would gear for Sushma Swaraj. And I don't think the BJP or the section of the BJP leadership wants to risk losing two leaders in the space of a few days, because that gives the Congress the upper hand. So you're right, there has been confusion in the ranks, but that's primarily because while one section of the party is concerned with how the public perception is going down against the party, the other section believes that they cannot succumb to the trial by media approach. So the line that Rajnath Singh took appears to have won out, that no one will resign, this is not the UPA. That line seems to have won out now.
But we'll have to wait and watch as to how does this in terms of the popular public perception really translate out when ministers come on record and say that we are not the UPA, our ministers do not resign despite those questions being asked. Thanks much, Rajdeep Sadasai, for having joined us on this podcast. So there it is, as sources have told India Today, there will be no sacking as far as Vasundhara Raje is concerned. Sanket Upadhyay and Gaurav Sawant continue to be with us. We'll be back.